A Tasmanian children's book author inspired by the coast and the sea is celebrating the publishing of her latest book in English and French. Although it's a coup for the author, it's a book she wishes she never had to write. Fiona Breen spoke to Anne Morgan about The Sky Dreamer.
For children's author Anne Morgan, her home at Adventure Bay on Bruny Island is the perfect writer's retreat. Nestled amongst the trees on the property, the view is breathtaking.
It's very inspiring, yeah. The moods of the weather and the sea. And if you look out the window, every time it's different. You look at the changes in the light on the paddocks and the levels of the creek, and it's different all the time.
An invigorating ride down the hill and along the quiet coastal road helps get the creative juices working. The rugged coastline, a constant inspiration for the pirates, ships and the ocean that often appear as central themes in her stories.
You actually have to get in a certain space to write. You need peace, not too many distractions. And I get that here, and I can get up and exercise, go for walks, ride my bike, go for swims, snorkel, do whatever I like.
Anne Morgan is the author of the popular children's series Captain Clawbeak, about a young boy and his adventures with a scoundrel of a parrot.
I love the idea of pirates, and I think kids love the idea of pirates too, boys and girls. They love it, gives them the opportunity to be wild and fierce, and it's all play and safe at the same time.
While her pirate series is all about fun and adventure, the author's latest book, The Sky Dreamer, is a very different adventure.
Sky Dreamer is just the book I wish I had never had to write. It was inspired by my lovely daughter Miranda, who died in a car accident 5.5 years ago. She just turned 18, inexperienced driver, and made a silly mistake, and there happened to be a truck coming.
After the death of her daughter Miranda, Anne Morgan sought solace in poetry. One Irish poem inspired The Sky Dreamer, now published in English and French.
What I wanted to do was to take some of the sentiments behind this poem and tell it in a story which would bring some sort of comfort to children who lost a sibling or lost somebody that they've loved. So it's really about knowing that the person who's passed on really wants you to be happy.
The Sky Dreamer is a story about a young boy dealing with the death of his sister, but it's also a story full of hope.
That night in bed, Liam shut his eyes and tried to remember playing with Cassie. He heard somebody calling and ran to the window. A sailing boat was floating in the air above a silver ghost gum. Cassie was on board, waving and calling, "Climb aboard the Sky Dreamer!" And she was warm and happy.
Storytelling has always been a part of Anne Morgan's life, and now The Sky Dreamer, a tribute to her daughter, is published. There are more stories about fairies and islands waiting to be told.
I grew up in a family of 8, and I'm the oldest girl, the second eldest. And I used to read lots to my younger brothers. I put them to bed and we read. And it was a very special time. So in a way, I've always told stories to children.